Once we decided to write the screenplay, Don and I got together one morning and I drove him around to all the places where David and I hung out. We went to the fish hatchery, we went to our old grade school, went to all the places in the screenplay and in the movie. I ended up at about 10 o'clock on a Monday morning. I ended up in front of David Dahlke's old house where he lived back in 1965. Knocked on the door, and a little white-haired, beautiful, elderly woman answered the door. There she was, Gloria Dahlke, David's mother. And I said, "I'm Lyle." I started to say my last name, and she said, "I know who you are. I've been waiting for you." She said, "If you guys are going to do this, you're going to need some things." So she invited Don and I to go down into the basement. Now that basement was where David and I used to play, and there were all kinds of incredible things. His brother was a taxidermist, and it was just an amazing place. I walked downstairs, and nothing had changed in 40 plus years. It was still the same. Gloria Dahlke, David's mother, walked across the room, and there was a big chest, and she opened it up, and inside that were all the things that David and I had as friends. My phone number, a letter from my brother, who was 8 years old at the time when David was not feeling well. There were some of the toys and some of his clothes. We actually filmed all the events that happened 40 years earlier in that same house, in the same basement, in the swimming pool, in his own room. Don and I were working late one night. It was we were working in his little house that he was selling at the time in order to keep our process moving, and he received a phone call. At the end of the phone call, I asked him, I said, "Who was that?" And he said, "Oh, it's the Houston Film Festival. They wanted to know if we were coming to their festival." So I called them back, and they encouraged us. They said, "We'd really encourage you to come." Now, Houston International Film Festival is one of the oldest film festivals in the country. I wanted to go. I wanted the adventure. There must be a reason they're inviting us. We got to Houston, and it's a very long process. It starts at 8 and ends at midnight. By the time it had gotten to midnight, everybody at our tables and everybody around us had their awards. I was feeling like I somehow had screwed up the dates or the times that we shouldn't be there. Don and I went to the front desk, and I asked him, I said, "Hi, I'm Lyle Hatcher, and I'm here to ask about different drummers." And the young lady that was in charge smiled at me, and she said, "Sir, I strongly advise that you go sit down." We went back, we sat down, and the last award, which was the Grand Remington, the #1 project over the thousands of projects over 32 countries, was awarded right then to different drummers. That was a big piece of us waking up the next day and saying, we must be doing something right. We must be on the right path. Let's keep going.